Lane. And I want to reiterate that these are for any child who wants to participate. Because I think a lot of times we get it through our girls' lens, and as a mom of 3 girls, I'm always thinking about my girls. But no, we want any child, however they identify, to participate in these contests, because that's, I think, where the next 100 years progress needs to happen. So I want to thank my entire team at this point who worked on this project. I get to be here and celebrate all of this with you, but they were the ones who put the long, hard hours. And I want to give a particular shout out to Caitlyn Board, Ashley Selena, Lane, of course, Parkman, Sue Borges, and Melissa Husband, and Nicole Legacy, and we could give them a round of applause. One of the best things about being your Secretary of State is that I get to come to work with all of them and the rest of the team. Now, before we wrap up, I have one last exciting detail to share. A year of programming is wonderful, and I'm very proud of these resources that we're, and exhibitions that we're developing, but I wanted to find a more permanent way to commemorate this milestone for future generations of Rhode Islanders. And this actually also addresses an issue that many young children have pointed out as they go through the Statehouse tours, which is that our walls are filled with one group of guys, right? So we have, of course, Elizabeth Buffum Chase and Christiana Bannister, but I think we need some more. Yeah. So we commissioned a piece of public art for the Statehouse. And so I've commissioned a work to be produced by the Steel Yard that will be permanently installed here at the Statehouse to recognize the first women elected to statewide office since the passage of the 19th Amendment. And so you're going to be hearing more about that soon, but it's going to be very exciting. And so now, as we wrap up our speaking portion and get ready to network, I want to ask you all to keep something in mind. You're here because we really do stand on the shoulders of so many before us. And you're here with your own power and your own abilities as a leader. Whether you be, a leader within a community, within a business sector, within the elected ranks, you're all, each and every one of you, leaders. And so, no matter what it looks like to you, I ask that each of you take up a call to make this a year of action and of civic engagement. For some of you, it might be making sure that people know how important the Census 2020 is, as I know I share that with a lot of you. For others, it will be voting and helping others understand how important it is to vote. For many of you, it's serving in office. And I really say it's a joy for me to come every day to work as a fellow elected woman and see so many of you throughout our state. And so thank you for that. But for anyone else who's looking for ways in which to make this year part of, be part of what's happening in our state, we are still looking for judges for all of these awesome contests. So let Lane know if you're interested in serving as a judge. And I want to wrap up by saying that I really appreciate each and every one of you taking time out of your lives to join us today, to kick this off, to think about sort of the progress that we've made and the progress we've yet to make. I hope that the Centennial can provide you with inspiration to affect change in each and every one of our communities and to start conversations that have to be said and had. Sometimes they'll be difficult, sometimes they'll be fun, but we have to have these conversations and make this truly a country that is united in its diversity and celebrates the power that each and every one of us is been given to us by our Creator. Now, I wanted to end with a poem that, interestingly enough, a friend of mine from graduate school sent it to me over the holidays, just as the new year was happening. And I thought, wow, I'm going to use this someday. And then today, as I was reviewing my remarks, I said, this is the event. And it's a poem, it is only an excerpt, so some of you will know the poem. It's a poem by Maya Angelou, and it's called Continue. And I've only taken some pieces of it because it's actually pretty lengthy. And she wrote it, I guess, for Oprah. So if you read the rest of the poem, you'll figure out more of that piece of it. So the excerpt that I have is, my wish for you is that you continue. Continue to be who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Continue to allow humor to lighten the burden of your tender heart. Continue, in a society dark with cruelty, to let the people hear the grandeur of God in the peals of your laughter. Continue to let your eloquence elevate the people to heights they had only imagined. Continue to remind the people that each is as good as the other, and that no one is beneath nor above you. Continue to remember your own young years and look with favor upon the lost and the least and the lonely. Continue to put the mantle of your protection around the bodies of the young and defenseless. Continue to take the hand of the despised and diseased and walk proudly with them in the high street. Some might see you and be encouraged to do likewise. Continue to let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer, and let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome good. Continue to ignore no vision which comes to enlarge your range and to increase your spirit. Continue to dare to love deeply and risk everything for the good thing. Continue, and by doing so, you and your work will be able to continue eternally. Thank you for being here.